Welcome to the Tech Talks Daily Podcast, where you can learn and be inspired by real-world examples of how technology is transforming businesses and reshaping industries in a language everyone can understand. Here is your host, Neil C. Hughes.
Welcome back to the Tech Talks Daily Podcast, where every day we explore a different industry and learn more about the transformational qualities of technology and how it affects our lives, our business, and indeed our world. And today I want to learn more about a company called ON Semiconductor and learn more about the great work they're doing on the automotive side with electric vehicles and autonomous vehicles. And ON Semiconductor is a leading supplier and driver of energy-efficient semiconductor-based innovations, and it is also a Fortune 500 company. So today I want to explore how ON Semiconductor is also using technology to try and reduce road traffic accidents. In fact, saving 9 lives every hour with its ADAS systems and sensors. I think they're perfect guests for this podcast because the company is at the forefront of innovation when it comes to electronic and autonomous vehicles. So today I invite you all to take a virtual trip with me to Munich in Germany, where we're going to speak with Joseph Notaro, who's going to tell us all about the work they're doing at ON Semiconductor. So a massive warm welcome to the show. Can you tell the listeners a little about who you are and what you do?
Hi, good afternoon, Neil, and hello to the listeners. It's a pleasure to be chatting with you today. I'm from my sheltered home location here in Munich, so it's also known as my home. So I'm the ON Semiconductor's Vice President, Global Automotive Strategy and Business Development. I'm responsible for coordinating at corporate level our automotive strategy in conjunction with our product groups. I've been in ON Semiconductor for more than 5 years and more than 25 years in automotive. And it's an exciting time to be in automotive. There's a lot of innovation going on, a lot of disruptions, and it's not boring at all.
Excellent. And just to bring everyone up to speed, ON Semiconductor is a leading supplier and driver of energy-efficient semiconductor-based innovations and a Fortune 500 company. But just to get everyone listening on board, can you tell me a little bit more about the kind of problems you solve there at ON Semiconductor?
So exactly, like you just mentioned, we create energy-efficient semiconductors that help to make the world greener, safer, inclusive, and connected. So how do we make the world cleaner? So we are a leader in power solutions for the whole industry. So it's not only automotive, but also industrial and every single industry. For example, we have ships capable of replacing 128 coal-fired power plants. So we're eliminating dirty power plants with clean energy generation. ON Semiconductor solutions are behind that. And in other examples, especially it's relevant today when everybody's working from home, data servers, increasing demand for data in the cloud. There's an increasing demand for energy. Well, our power solutions can provide just a 0.5% efficiency improvement over the competition. That sounds small, but 0.5% in a data center means a company can save over $38 million in energy costs. Again, that's making the planet cleaner and more efficient.
And before speaking to you today, I recently read that you're using technology to reduce road traffic accidents and saving 9 lives per hour. I mean, can you tell me more about the technology behind this? It's fascinating.
Absolutely. ON Semiconductor is the undisputed leader for automotive image sensors. According to third-party independent research firms, we have about 60% market share. And we did not start last year, but this is a result of many years of experience and close cooperation with our customers. We have shipped an image sensor, a 1.2 megapixel image sensor just several years ago, and we've shipped more than 100 million of those to automotive vehicles running on the roads today. But how does this save lives? Road traffic today is the number 8 factor for deaths in the world, according to the World Health Organization. That it's the cause of 1.4 million deaths worldwide. It's the first cause of death among children ages 5 and 14 and young adults age 15 and 29. That's impressive. It's scary. These are our future leaders, leaders of our companies, leaders of our countries. And people are dying on the roads. these accidents can be avoided. There's a study by the Boston Consulting Group saying that 28% of crashes can be prevented by advanced driver assistance systems. The image sensor is the heart of these systems. So considering how many image sensors we shipped and considering how many accidents can be prevented, our image sensors today are saving 9 lives per hour. So that's 81,000 lives per year. We're not happy with that. We're proud of that, but we're not happy because we're not at zero yet. We want to reduce deaths to zero.
So what are the latest developments in ON Semiconductor's automotive safety systems? And is there anything else that you can share with me about where you're heading with this?
If we can sum up automotive in one word, I would say that's zero. Automotive is driving to zero. What does that mean? You need zero defects. You want to make sure your car is defect-free. And we are the benchmark for quality in the automotive world. Our quality is about 3x times better than our competitors. We want to make sure that we have zero emissions. We want to make the planet cleaner. So we have power solutions that are driving electric vehicle, EVs, electric vehicles, or hybrid vehicles, making them cleaner. But we also want to make the road safer. So zero accidents, zero fatalities, zero distractions. At the heart of this are what we call advanced driver assistance systems or autonomous vehicles, where we're using sensors, and ON is the only semiconductor company that has all 4 sensing modalities in-house. We do image sensors, radar sensors, LiDAR sensors, and ultrasonic sensors. Each sensor has its pros and cons. They work better in certain conditions and worse in others. They're complementary. But by mastering all 4 modalities, we can help our customers deploy the safest, most reliable, and efficient systems. Why is that important? We drive our kids in our cars. We bring them to their soccer games. We bring them to school. We want to make sure our vehicles are safe. And we are proud that we are providing the solutions that make these vehicles safer for our families and for our loved ones.
And when I was researching it before you came on today, I quickly learned that ON Semiconductor is also at the forefront of innovation, especially when it comes to electric vehicles and autonomous vehicles. So can you expand on what excites you about this space at the moment? Because like you said, it's not a boring role and there's just so much exciting things going on. But I'm curious, what excites you?
It excites me. Goes back to our mission. How do we make the world safer, cleaner? And nearly 1/2 of all Americans live in areas that don't meet federal air quality standards. The transport sector is the leading source of greenhouse gas emissions and responsible for a large portion of urban air pollution. Says they estimate about 3.7 million premature deaths globally are attributed to outdoor air pollution. What excites me, we have the technology to improve the quality of our air. And ON Semiconductor is a leader in power solutions. In automotive, we're the number 1 MOSFET power module supplier, but overall number 2 automotive power MOSFETs and IGBTs. What does this mean? These are the key components at the heart of making our vehicles cleaner. You talk about a battery electric vehicle, a hybrid electric vehicle, a 48-volt electric vehicle. Everything that's improving the emissions of the car, making it cleaner, you need power. And we have the largest portfolio of power. We have components as small as 2 human hairs or as large as maybe an iPhone. We have silicon-based components, wide bandgap-based components, but everything that's at the heart of electrifying the vehicle. So all solutions to reduce zero emissions is driving really to zero.
And sustainability is, of course, a very hot topic at the moment, but this is something that you guys were taking seriously before it was even a trend. And you were also featured on Barron's 100 Most Sustainable Companies list for the 3rd consecutive year, and even recognized on Newsweek America's Most Responsible Companies in 2020 list. But can you expand on some of these announcements and what it means to you guys ON Semiconductor?
It's true, and you're right, Neil. We've been committed to sustainability for a long time. It's not just a fashion or the mode that's going on, but something we truly believe in. And being featured on Barron's 100 Most Sustainable Companies list, we actually moved up from the 59th position to the 15th, and that's 3 years in a row we've been featured there. Or Newsweek's America's Most Responsible Company is an honor, But that is not our goal. We want to make sure that we live what we say. And on top of that, sustainability also, we also been recognized by Ethisphere as one of the 2020 world's most ethical companies for the 5th year in a row. So if you see, we're taking a holistic approach to sustainability, and we want to behave in a way that we're proud of in our business practices, so being ethical, but also being sustainable for the environment. And we've been committed to committed for many years to energy efficiency by keeping sustainability at the forefront of operations. We developed the technologies, we mentioned those earlier, to save, for example, coal-fired plants, but also we implement these in our manufacturing process. We walk the talk. We are passionate about making the world cleaner. Since 2016, we have continuously and significantly reduced our water, electricity consumption. We have reduced landfill waste in all of our manufacturing sites. And we're open about this. We share these results in our yearly corporate social responsibility reports. So we walk the talk. We really want to make the world cleaner and safer.
And you're also advancing imaging technology in autonomous vehicles through your collaboration with Pony.ai. Can you expand on that as well and tell me a little bit more about what you're doing there?
Yeah, as mentioned earlier, we are the leader in image sensors. We are a leader in sensing for automotive, for autonomous driving and advanced driving assistance systems. Pony.ai, they're recognized as being at the forefront of revolutionizing the future of transportation. And they build safe and reliable technology for autonomous mobility. By combining their competency with our deep understanding of image, radar, and LiDAR sensor modalities, we want to drive together sensor technology to AI and realize autonomous driving technology. So really taking the data, how you interpret that data, what you do with that data, and acting on that data. By bringing two leaders together, we want to make it deployable to the mass market.
And as a company working in the industry with electric vehicles and autonomous vehicles, I'm curious, what are your biggest challenges right now?
Well, challenges for EVs and autonomous vehicles, they're slightly different. Let's start with electric vehicles. Range anxiety is one key factor. If you're losing less energy from the battery to the wheels, then you could extend the range. Power semiconductors are at the forefront of that by reducing those losses. On the autonomous vehicle side, we could put so many sensors in a car. When we're talking about systems that are AI-based, to make sure that we could take the data that we have available from the sensors, we know what that data means, we make the right decisions inside the vehicle. So the consumer really trusts the vehicle, knows that the vehicle, he could put his loved ones in there, his children, his parents, and that it will take them to destination in a safe way.
And one of the things that we've learned over the last few months, of course, is that nobody can predict the future. But I'm going to ask you to gaze into the crystal ball just a little here. What developments do you think we can expect to see in the next decade or so?
Well, the mega trends are clear for the next decade. We spoke about autonomous vehicles and we spoke about electric vehicles. Both of them are addressing two needs that society has. The other one is make it safer, so reduce the fatalities on the road. I cannot tell you in 10 years from now how mobility will look like. Will we have shared vehicles? Will we have still owned vehicles or a mix of the both? But what I do know is the technology enabling these applications will be the same. So from an engineer's point of view, it's exciting, but it's also challenging. What are we doing? We spoke about our investments in sensors. We want to make sure we have the best performing sensors. We want to work with leaders to make sure we could leverage AI computing platforms, taking the data we generate and making sense out of that data. We want to make more efficient power semiconductors, wide bandgap-based, silicon carbide, gallium nitride. We're working to make new networking architectures inside the vehicle so we could transport data in a more efficient way in terms of cost per bit, in terms of picojoule per bit. and new lighting concepts, because lighting is going to become also a communication method from the autonomous vehicle car to the outside. So all these building blocks are really driving to a greener, safer, inclusive, and a connected world. And like I said earlier, I don't know what mobility will look like in 10 years from now, but I'm sure that these technologies will enable it.
Fantastic. And for anyone listening that would like to find out a little bit more information about the great work that you're doing at ON Semiconductor, or even continue the conversation we started today, what's the best way of finding you guys online and contacting your team?
So the best way to learn about ON Semiconductor and the exciting products is or to visit its website, onsemi.com, or visit any social media pages, like example on LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. On our website, onsemi.com, if you have specific technical support requests, you just click the Contact Us button. And last but not least, you could also email me directly. Email is pretty simple. It's joseph.notaro@onsemi.com.
I'll add all those links to the blog post that will accompany this episode, just so people can find you and more information about you nice and easily. But thank you so much for coming on today.
Thank you very much.
And not only sharing the developments on semiconductors, automotive safety systems, but also what developments we can expect to see in the next decade or so. And it's great. And I'm interested in getting you back on later this year as well and finding out more about how you're innovating in this industry. But more than anything, just a big thank you for joining me today.
Thank you, Neil. It's been a real pleasure chatting with you today, and really looking forward to continuing chats in the future. Thank you very much.
So, ON Semiconductor is a Fortune 500 company that's driving energy-efficient innovations, empowering customers to reduce global energy use, all with technology at the heart of it. So, I love how they're using tech in the company's products to help engineers solve their unique design challenges in automotive communications, computing, consumer, industrial, medical and military aerospace applications, and so much more. But I especially enjoyed hearing how ON Semiconductor is using technology to reduce road traffic accidents, saving around 9 lives per hour with its ADAS systems and sensors. Not to mention hearing about the latest developments in ON Semiconductor's automotive safety systems. But I'd love to hear your thoughts on everything we've talked about today. As always, this is an open forum, so please email me, techblogwriter@outlook.com. If you'd like to work with me, you can find out how you can do that by going to my website, techblogwriter.co.uk. Whatever it is, send me a quick message and I'll get straight back to you. But that's it for today. I'll return again tomorrow. Got another guest lined up for you, so I'll see you the same time, same place. Other than that, thanks for listening. And until next time, don't be a stranger.
Thank you for listening to the Tech Talks Daily Podcast with Neil C. Hughes. Remember, technology works best when it brings people together.